aiding terrorism as governor's aide absolves General Absalami, alleges plan to rubbish northern leaders. The coordinator on community relations to Niger State Governor Alhaji Muhammad Awasu Wana has called on the elites and people of the north not to fall prey to the traps of some unscrupulous element who wants to destroy the north. The politician, who holds the traditional title of Wakilin Gwari Nupe in the Royal Court of Etsu Nupe, said there was an ongoing plan by a section of the country that were bent on rubbishing the North and its leaders, so that the rest of the country will look at the North with contempt. The governor's aide was responding to the allegation that has gone viral, accusing former head of state General Abdulsalami Abubakar of complicity in aiding and abetting terrorism in the country. Recently, the social media have been trending with the report of a stranded helicopter purportedly arrested by villagers and allegedly owned by former head of state General Abdulsalami Abubakar around the bandits ravaged areas under Niger State. The helicopter was alleged to have been the one supplying weapons and food to the bandits. General Abdulsalami has since denied the allegation and distanced himself from the helicopter incidents. Alhaji Awasu, however, said it was inconceivable that anyone will contemplate that a former head of state who have returned democracy to Nigeria after conducting the most peaceful and fairest election ever, and have since then been pursuing and mediating peace in not only Nigeria but the entire African continent, would be accused of sponsoring terrorism. He said it will be difficult to convince Northerners of such baseless accusation, warning that such blackmail by enemies of the North will be resisted by the people. He said right from the First Republic, there have been several attempts to blackmail the North and their leaders, such as the Northern Premier Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Prime Minister Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Madam Aminu Kano, and others. The same thing happened in the Second and Third Republic. This time, this blackmail against one of our leaders will not be acceptable, he said. Awasu said General Salami Abubakar had played a significant role in the entrenching peace, keep the country one, and at every time the nation was facing an uncertain political future, he came with his message of peace that have been keeping the country united. He wondered how anyone in Nigeria would contemplate such blackmail against General Abdulsalami if not for the purposes of tarnishing his image, an attempt to bring the North to ridicule and disrepute. Adding how can General Abdulsalami sponsor terrorism in his own state and mediate sponsor peace and stability elsewhere? Does it make sense to anyone? He posed. He said terrorism and banditry were unfortunate events dating back several years before General Abubakar became military head of state, pointing out that the situation in Niger State was worse than the one in Katsina, asking, does that also mean President Buhari is sponsoring terrorism? Alhaji Awasu insisted that there was no helicopter owned by General Abdulsalami Abubakar that supplies arms and ammunition to anybody, disclosing that the Nigerian airspace was controlled by the federal government, and wondered why the allegation did not emanate from them but from other people outside the government. He opined that General Abdulsalam was feeling the pains of the people attacked by bandits all over Nigeria, saying that he was doing everything humanly possible in collaboration with relevant authorities to bring to an end the spate of killings in the country. Wow. So the federal government now is accusing General Abdulsalami as the sponsor of Boko Haram. Why? Maybe he says there's an helicopter attached to his name, supplying food to the bandits. Salami has already debunked the news. Now Awasu is on the opinion and is giving contrary opinion to what the federal government or anybody accusing Abdulsalami says is the owner of the helicopter. According to Awasu, he said Abdulsalam Abubakar has played a significant role in entrenching peace. That means he kept the country on one, and at every time the nation was facing an uncertain political future. He came with his message of peace that have been keeping the country going. But as it is, Abdulsalami is not even in government. They should, stop passing blames. Since when Buhari came into power, he has been shifting blames to the past leaders, shifting blame from here to the other side. Well, the blames that we said Buhari has been shifting to his predecessors, it's not even Buhari that is saying it. It's being said by the presidency, either Garba Shehu or Femi Adesina, because Buhari needs to address the country about the insecurity. These people can't be held responsible. It is Buhari that will be held responsible for his administration, because according to Buhari, he said if he does not win the election, it will make Goodluck administration ungovernable for him. And now see what is happening. Thank God they are even accusing themselves in the north, because they would say the Southern agenda, Southern or the opposition party. They don't want Buhari government to succeed. And now Buhari has been keen and adamant, not even talking to the people of the country that is leading as the president. Why bringing northern elites in this issue? Allow the accused person to defend himself. That is our problem. We always don't want truth to be told. Instead, we bring tribalism or religion. According to this person, he's saying no one is talking about northerners now. They are pointing accusing fingers on Abdulsalami Abubakar. Stop wiping sentiments and diverting attentions as usual. If they are accusing a northerner, the person accusing a northerner is also a northerner. If the federal government of Fulani is accusing Abdulsalami as being a terrorist or a terrorist sponsor, well, it is their own problem. But if they had stood on time and agitated and protested against this insecurity right from the onset, they would have known where they are now. So the accusation is baseless, because there is no evidence, because even Abdulsalami has debunked it that he is not involved in terrorism and he does not have any helicopter. The argument purported by the aides is baseless and foolish. We are talking of an helicopter, you are rubbishly talking about the north. Mind you are sentimentally blind. The question is, who owns the helicopter and for what purpose? That's the question. And Abdulsalami said he is not the owner of the helicopter. He has already debunked and rejected the claim. General Abdulsalam might not own the helicopter, but can you please tell us who owns the helicopter? More explanation is needed from you. Well, let the northern leaders should come out and tell Nigeria who owns the helicopter. Insecurity everywhere because of tribalism by the northerners. The northerners are so gullible. They should settle their differences. They have, made this country, Nigeria, a worsening state, because when the southerners were holding power, this is security issue. They were the one that even started it, because they never wanted Goodluck's administration to be governable for him. At the long run, the man, excused himself and related a fair election. That was why he lost that election, because it was fair, and he was given an ambassadorial post under the United Nations. Well, lastly, what are the efforts of the former head of state to curb the killings going on in the region? If they could broker peace in other parts of Africa, why not in their region? It's unfortunate, therefore I subscribe to the above comment made that there is no smoke without fire.